You're listening to The Kelly Slusher Show with your host, Kelly Slusher. Hello, everybody. Coming to you from Sleepy Town, USA. No, I'm Sleepy Town. I don't live in a sleepy town. I'm Sleepy Town. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that I'm doing this though, because, okay, the problem was, I thought I potentially could have had jury duty today, but like everyone said, they're like, oh no, because this is a small town. They're like, oh no one ever has to go. And I was like, yeah, but what if it's that one time where they're like, because I gotta say, they wouldn't have it in place if every once in a while people have to go. So, and the other thing is I had, oh my gosh, like I filled in some shifts because they had no one to work these shifts. And I care so much. Miss Reliable. Okay, I'll do it. So I had to do 3 5 a.m. shifts in a row. And yesterday I was like, how? Like they're not, and it's not like, okay, not only am I there at 5 a.m., you have to hustle and work. Really, it's a hard job, you know, and it's a labor of love only. It's like, but this is the thing. So I've talked about this place I work because it's like 4 business. It's not 4 business, but it's 4 different things in one business. And I'm in the bakery, but we have to work around, you know, it's not, yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff happening, but I'm in the bakery, and the bakers generally, and one thing I really realized about, it's like bakers, they're my people. Not the people who like work at like the Safeway bakery generally, like those are people that just get jobs. And there are a few people at who are bakers who are like, I'd never do this again, but they're still excellent at what they do. But there's something about bakers. And it's kind of sad. It's fine. People just rotate through there too. And I end up being like the training person because I'm really good at training. The other bakers just go, oh, they like run away if there's a new person. I'm like, hi, let me show you the ropes. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, I'm exhausted. But they just hired this new baker, and she's like, okay, this is the other thing. The head baker will hire people. She'll look at you've got to have some kind of baking experience, but sometimes she hires you out of personality. I believe I was one of them because there was a lot I didn't know, and I knew I didn't know a lot, and that's why I wanted to work there, because I wanted to not just, I can go to pastry school, but nowhere around here I didn't want to do that. I just want to learn, you know. Everything that you need to learn, you can just watch YouTube videos, but to get the hands-on experience. So I learned, and now I'm teaching. So they hired this other new girl, and I met her briefly, and I was like, she's cool. I was like, I told the head baker, I'm like, I met her, I have her resume, and I knew that she didn't have a lot of experience. I'm like, you should hire her though. She's cool. Well, yeah. And so she is cool. She's probably going to be like one of my friends for a long time. Like there's some similar things going on with us. And really creative. And anyway, so I was having to train her. And so that's exhausting on top of like the actual job. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But they just had this other new baker, and he just quit. He was only there for like a month and a half, and I knew that he wasn't going to stay. I was like, this person's like people will come in, and I don't know if they come in to so they can network, because it's kind of like this town square, you know. It's one of these places. There's a lot of people to meet, and if you want to be in that industry, actually most people, and I'm one of them, that wanted to start something on their own. So it's like getting this experience, meeting people, kind of learning the business and all that. So this person, he's French, and he just moved. Well, he was born in France, and he moved here, and then I think his family lives here, and then he went and lived in France. So doesn't have the French accent, but he's definitely French. You can just kind of feel it in his French vibe. And anyway, I thought he was really interesting, and he was one of my bakers. Like when I say that is I always have when I do my 5 a.m. bakes, I always have someone that comes in at 7 and then they help me and then we bake together. And anyway, he's really interesting, and he's a more of a sourdough bread baker, and he's going to start his own thing, but he had hurt his foot, so he had to quit. But that's interesting because then we're in talks of like, because I'm trying to still figure out how I can do that, because it's like I talk about, it's one of my passions. It's something I'm really good at, and it's exciting because there's so much you can do with it, and it makes people happy. And I love when people are happy, the joys that it brings and the beauty. And so anyway, I'm thinking about pop-up bakeries, and so anyway, it's good. I made that connection. And then, yeah, it's really interesting, the people that come through. I've already made a bunch of friends. Yeah, it's really cool. But just the bakery part. But, so, yeah, like yesterday, so I had a little bit of one of those pride moments where, like, it's kind of silly, but like when you piping, you pipe cupcakes, like the beautiful frosting on top that's art in itself. And they just don't have good like pastry tips there, because I don't know why. I think I'm just going to buy them a set. They're not that much money. I don't know why we have to suffer with these, like, and it doesn't look good in the case. So I brought my own piping tip in that makes rosettes that looks like a rose. So I had made this, the frosting, and then I was frosting these cupcakes, and I had mentioned to the head baker, I'm like, I brought my own piping tip, and she's like, cool. And so I put them out, and then there's 2 different ones that I had made a peach Swiss meringue buttercream for these other cupcakes, and then these other ones were made with, it was like a carrot cake cupcakes with like cream cheese frosting. I put them out, and I think they're so beautiful because I geek out on stuff. I love like I watch like little videos where like the wedding cupcakes where they like decorate them like flowers, and they look so pretty. And I know that someone's if I came in and saw what I made, I'd be like, I need that. So I put them out. I don't think about it. And then the head baker comes up to me. She's like, those cupcakes that you put out there, they look like wedding cupcakes. And I was like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? She goes, no, it's a good thing. And I was like, okay, because you never know. It's like, I think that's a good thing, but is that okay for your business? No, they're beautiful, So that was cool. That was like that pride moment, just like, yeah. Head baker approval. Like, I like that she doesn't dish out compliments, but when she does, she definitely approves of me. But she's kind of, she's not sensitive, I'm sensitive and she's not. But anyway, I popped on here and I was like, this will be like 10 minutes, but I doubt it because I was starting. But I'd have to edit it. And I also promised myself that I would rest. No time, man. No time to rest. No, I have to physically. And my brain was like, when you train people, and I'm very thorough, it's mentally exhausting. It's like, I was like, last week, I was like, ugh, I cannot think anymore. Which is, I was actually appreciating that at this time, just to support myself financially, that I have more of a physical job, so I still have my brain. I've had jobs in the past where it's really heady and you don't have anything else left, and I'm like, no, gotta have the cognitive, I gotta have the brainage, and plus, yeah, I got some cool ideas, and I can't talk about it, but just writing more for this, doing more writing for the podcast. And I like to tell these stories. I was thinking about it. I was kind of tripping out last week I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of been kind of just talking and telling more stories. If you listen to my earlier podcast episodes, I think I tell stories, but then I also have some other jokes and interesting things that I wrote. So I'm like, I really, that's my intentions are to not just like talk, but these have been like kind of space holders anyway to just kind of grow it. Cause people tell me it's growing even as is, but it's definitely not like ideal, I would say, but it's fun. It'd be fun to have guests. I do get requests from people I don't know to be on my podcast. And I'm like, I'm not quite sure how to even do that with the audio, and how do you, like, they don't live here. So it's not a no. It's not a no. I appreciate, everyone, people writing me and asking me. It's more about figuring that part out. Fortunately, I do know enough about recording and engineering audio stuff, because I was in a band. I was played music for years. Speaking of, I'm getting ready to order my drum set. I decided that it's time to commit more to music, because I've been really bored with I'll get back into it, but if you've done something over and over and over and over again, to me, it's not as exciting. When I first was in bands and when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is so amazing and exciting. And now I'm like, oh yeah, been there, done that. It's that. And that's kind of sad. So, but I love to play music and I like to be part of stuff and not just be like the fan just in the audience, which I don't mind just watching. But anyway, drums. Yeah. It's more about deciding which one to buy, because they can get up there in price. Like, you can spend a lot on drums. I'm like, okay, I got to be logical here because it's not the only thing that I'm going to be investing in. But I'm excited. So excited. Let's see. Well, there's a lot to talk about. As far as jokes, this is what I typed up. Peanut log. I saw a peanut log in the store yesterday in the checkout line. I was like, peanut log. I got to write that down. And then I started thinking, because what I want to do is I did this with spray bottles, take one subject and just try to riff some jokes on it, or riff some, I don't know, whatever comes to my mind. And the peanut log makes me think of, I just think, okay, this is what I think of when I think peanut log. Somebody, because there was only 2 left, somebody is like, oh yeah, peanut log. Someone's really into the peanut log. And it was at Tractor Supply, so then that's a trippy place to go to, because it's like stepping into another realm when you walk in there. Oh, did I just step into, am I in the South? Not to make fun of that, but it's no, it's country music playing, and then they had this which made me stop in my tracks. I'm like, what? Stopped, looked at this product that was on the shelf, and it was a bed of a truck swimming pool. You can buy this inflatable swimming pool that fits in the bed of your truck, and I have a truck, and I was like, so my brain's like, is that something I need in the future? I mean, the weather's cooling down now, which is awesome. I love this weather, it's kind of rainy, and it starts to get cozy. I love being cozy with my hoodie and my boots. But anyway, I was like, oh, that's amazing. But then I'm like, well, that wouldn't work where I live because where I park is the front. Anyway, in the future, I have so many questions. But anyway, peanut logs. Somebody likes the peanut logs. And I'm like, I bet you big buff men are like, peanut logs. I'll need one of those are good. Peanuts wrapped up in that. It's kind of probably I've had one before. I would say it's some kind of caramelly-ish, squishy type of thing. I'm going to start making peanut logs. No, I won't. Okay. I also wrote down torpedo burrito. I thought that was funny. I was like, what if there was a place called Torpedo Burrito? And I'm like, I don't think that would work. Or on the menu, do you want a torpedo burrito? And it kind of makes you think and it says torpedo burrito, you will run to the bathroom. And then the other day, and this isn't true, but it was just joking. They were making chili, the restaurant part of the business, that they were making chili, and I don't like chili. I don't like chili because when I was a kid, I remember I was dressed up like a hobo. It was some Halloween thing, but it was a church event, and we were all hobos, and there was I think it was a chili cookout or something, and we were in the woods somewhere with all the kids and the families, and there was chili, and they were somehow serving it over the some kind of fire, but the smoke, I remember, gave me a big headache from the smoke. So now I associate chili with getting a headache. I know exactly where it comes from. I just don't know how to undo that. But I remember it was made me feel really, because I probably was a ding dong just standing in the smoke I'm a hobo. We're having chili. I'm dressed like a hobo. But anyway, I just, as a joke, to one of my coworkers, we actually I enjoy working with her. Like she's, I don't know, she's just cool. And she's funny and we can joke together. And I was like, oh man, chili. I'm like, yeah, I can't eat chili. She's like, why? And I'm like, it makes me poop my pants. She was just like, she was crying. And I was kidding. I'm like, it doesn't. But I was like, but I didn't say poop. I said the S word. I don't want to, man, sometimes it's appropriate. It makes sound so much better to use the cuss words, but I really don't want to. You can't actually. Like when I upload my podcast, it's like, are there explicit lyrics? It's like, I don't want to, put this like warning. She said the S word once. So no, and it's not for kids. I know. I don't want to, this is not, I'm not going to be a bad influence on kids, but, okay, I wrote burrito belly. That would be kind of a good burrito belly. Come on down and get your burrito at Burrito Belly. Cause you get the big burrito belly when you eat a burrito. Burrito's my go-to. Burrito's my like, oh crap, last minute. I need food and I don't want to cook. I don't eat out a lot for several reasons. For one, the cost of eating out all the time is, well, probably cheaper than the store that I go to. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't stop shopping at this place. It's so expensive. Okay, I like to go to the Co-op. It's superb. It's supreme. It's my favorite store, and I'm in there a couple times a week, and I love it. And I went to the register. I had like a hand basket. My hand basket. And was that a hand basket? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because that's always like, if I get this hand basket, I'm going to limit myself. But I want everything. Oh, I can have that. Oh, that's not a big deal. I get to the register, and it's like a hand basket. I unload it. It's like a small... I even ran out and like... They have like boxes that you can put your stuff in. So I ran out... It's like a small square box, like not even big. Everything fit in this. $95. I was like, how did I do that? I was like, dang it. How do I can't stop. So the other day I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the cheap grocery store. I'm going to start going to Grocery Outlet. I'm just going to go. And you walk in after you've spent months going to this nice, beautiful, everything's organic and lovely and everyone's happy. It's true. It's like there's a joy in the air. Like you feel bad, go to the Co-op. You'll probably not feel bad. Not always. Sometimes people are crappy, but so like I go to the Grocery Outlet and I'm like walking around. I'm just like, guess I'm in here now. And then like, I just was unsatisfied. I'm looking for anything that's possibly organic, and I'm like, I go to the vegetable section. I'm like, no, I don't want this. This isn't local. So then I'm looking. I get like 3 things, and I'm like, and then I go to the register, and I'm like, okay, I saved money, but I didn't save that much money because groceries are just expensive anyway. So anyway, I found myself back in my home. Like, I love you all, and I love being here. Okay, but this is the thing. And I'm like, why? Okay, there's this, I've talked about these dear friend couple. They're like they've adopted me, took me under their wing. This couple, they're really sweet. But the husband, who's kind of like a dad to me, he sees me, as a daughter figure, and he loves me. His health has been declining, and my heart is like, like I just lost my dad. Why did I fall in love with these people who are older? Why would I do that? Why would I put myself through this? Whatever. I think it's better to give and love, and even if you get your heart broken, like love, right? I mean, it's easier said than done, but it's just part of life, but it takes a lot of strength. But so anyway, yesterday I went to the Co-op. I was exhausted. I'm like, I got to get myself some food. And he parks like right by me, and I'm like, John. And he's like, and I look at him and he's like kind of hunching over and he doesn't have a lot of energy. And he's just trying, he's like such a sharp, he was, I mean, through his life, like the best man you can imagine. Just so good to his core. Everyone loves this person. Just as good as, I mean, good, just a good human. And so he's like getting groceries because his wife has a friend in town and they're having fun. And he's like, I could see it's struggle for him to even like go anymore and drive around. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so my heart's like breaking as I'm talking to him. I'm like, why? No, it's so hard. It's like, but it's part of life, you know? And it's just, I'm like, oh, I have to deal with that. You know, that's maybe coming up. So, and I don't know. I heard some things that might be going on with him that isn't good. So it was a blessing to see him. I'm going to see them. I'm going to go visit them, but it's just one of those things. It's life. And I'm like, well, but no. Oh, well. Air fryer. This is like a local joke if you live in town. Air fryer trucks. No, air fryer tucks. Air fryer tucks. I thought I heard someone say that. Okay, this is the other thing. I mishear stuff. I think we all do, but I mishear it. Like one time, I will just mishear something, and it makes a good little like. I'll like type it in my phone real quick, if I can. Like one time, I heard some lady talk about her dog and like the name of her dog, and I thought she said her dog was named Pineapple Haircut, and I was like, that's a really weird name, Pineapple Haircut. Why would you name your dog Pineapple Haircut? Turns out it was not even that. I'm like, why did I hear that? So then like Pineapple Haircut, I used that for like something, and I like it was some kind of like, I don't know if I used that pineapple hair. I don't know. Somehow it's still associated with accounts that I have because I must have used it as like a username. Pineapple Haircut. I'm like, maybe I'll title this one Pineapple Haircut. Anyway. Let's see, where are we at? My neighbors. It's okay. My neighbors. So there's like the front of house. So I've not talked about this because it's drama, but like there's like the big house, there's me in the back, and then there's like neighbors you can see all of our houses, but there's a fence between me and them, and it's private back here. And because I think this place, I'm around a lot of people, I'm around a lot of people that I don't necessarily want to be around, and I have like, I'm not an extroverted person. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm introverted, but not completely introverted. Also very social. Like I need to be around people, but selectively, especially people that I want to be around. If I'm around a bunch of people and they're like talking about stuff, I'm there. It's hard for me to tune stuff out. And I get a lot of ideas from just hearing people's conversations for this podcast. So there was this thing that happened. Like I live in the back house, this tiny house, big yard, beautiful. I've talked about that. It's just, my biggest thing is it's really small, and I kind of would prefer to live in the bigger town because I don't know. When I'm in the other town that's paralleling to this town, like I feel something joyful coming to me. Where up here, it's just a different vibe where it's not quite me. I'm more down, but they love me up here. I mean, I'm very well accepted, but I think it's fine to be here, but like maybe work here and then like live in the bigger town. That's my plan. But so, this house is small, but the landlords love me here, and they'll do all this nice things. We did the same for you. Like they want me here. I know they want to sell it eventually, but they want me to, and I'm like, well, what do I do? It's so small. I probably end up will just take care of myself and not trip out too hard on just noticed my volume was really low. Oh no. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit. I hope it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll just adjust it. I'll fix it in the mix. Okay, then I turned it up. So my headphones are turned all the way up. I'm tired. My headphones are turned up so I can hear myself well, but just noticed the microphone was not turned up as loud. But I can fix that. I probably didn't even tell you that. It's raining right now. It looks rad. So anyway, when I first I was living here by myself, and there was no one in the front house. They were doing construction. They finally move in, and one of the roommates, there's 2 women in there. One of the roommates is inconsiderate. They're both kind of, I don't know what's going on with them. Like, I think they think I'm like, I think the one girl thinks I'm cool. I think the other girl thinks I'm like, she thinks I'm sweet because she calls me sweet. Like, I'm sweet. Oh, you're so sweet, which I'm not sweet. I'm kind. But she did this thing where, like, she lied to me and told me, because, okay, they had left. There's one path for me to get out. One path. And that always gives me anxiety that I have one way out of my, the back house. So I've got this big yard, it's fenced in, and then I have one little, like, this little path that leads out. And the one rule that the landlord says, she wants the path to me, she wants their side area to be completely, it's community, so everyone keeps it clear. You don't leave anything over there. I would have no reason to leave. I have a storage space. I mean, I don't, even here, like, landlord, I don't leave stuff in my yard. Like, if I don't want it, I just put it in my storage. I think other people should. Well, I mean, I know it's an extra expense, whatever. So, I don't put anything out there. But she left a couple times. They left things in my path, and it's like 4 a.m. and it's dark. One was like some dumbbells. I might have talked about that. I don't know if I did. Because it turned into a little bit of a drama. And I was like really cool about it. I was like, hey guys, I you know, and it's like 4 a.m. and it's dark and I'm half awake, and I almost tripped over, like, why are you leaving? Please don't leave weights in the walkway. Like, this is ridiculous. This is like completely unconscious, you know. And, oh, I'm so sorry. The one girl's like, I'm so sorry, those are mine. I'm like, oh, it's cool. Just like, you know, and I was like trying to make it as sugar-coated and sweet, but I'm also, I can be sugar-coating things, but I also am very straightforward. Like, I will tell you, hey, this is this. Some people, like, are so afraid to say it, but I'll, like, just blah, blah, blah. Unless I know I'm dealing with someone who's, like, super sensitive, then that's way harder. But I'm more East Coast. Like, when I lived in New York, I really was easier for me to communicate with people there, because people are like, it's like in California, people are like, oh, they have to sugarcoat everything, and how are you, and blah, 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 which is awesome, and I do like that. But the East Coast, I noticed, like, they're more like, you walk up to the store. I think I talked about this. You walk up to the counter to buy groceries. In the East Coast, they're like, they don't even probably say, how are you? Like, maybe, but they're like, okay, this is an exchange. Here you go. It'll be $1.50. You know, here it's like everyone has to be like, oh, how, you know, like, oh, how are you doing today? And then like, okay, and then that'll be $1.50. So it's like, the difference is like straightforward versus like kind of beating around the bush, kind of like having to like sugarcoat things. East Coast stuff was easy for me because I didn't feel like I was going to offend people by just being like, because I'm just more straightforward. Like, these are the facts. I'm not cold. I just don't know how else to communicate with you, but be like real. I'm just being real. I'm a sweetheart, you know, but so that's how I was with these 2 neighbors. And so then another thing happened. Oh, and then that first exchange, the main house, the woman who's renting to the other girl, she tells me, I don't know how she tells me, but she's explaining to me how she pays for my garbage. She pays for my internet. And I'm like, what? And silly willy me, I should have looked at my lease and saw that wasn't true. I knew it wasn't true, but I was like, well, why would she lie to me? So I was like, oh my goodness, you're paying for my part of the garbage and my internet? And I was like, let me give you that money. That's silly. Why didn't I just ask the landlord or look at my lease? So she goes, oh, no, don't worry about it. So then I feel like I'm in debt to her. And that's exactly why it was set up like that. So I would like, oh, I'll take the garbages out. I'll bring them back. I took some stuff to the recycling that was for her and did all these things. Like, well, at least I got to like, I don't like this. I wish she would just take my money. And gullible me. So then another thing had happened in my pathway, and like 4:00 in the morning, one person left the recycling bin right in my path, and I literally had to squeeze around it. And I was like, because it's not a very wide path, and I was like, hey, can you like remember it's 4 a.m.? Because I'm trying, one reason why I think I was so adamant is because I wanted them to know right off the bat and kind of get them in their head to not do this, because I did not want it to build up to be animosity. I don't want to be feeling in any animosity. I wanted to train them in a way, like, it's my only way out. If there's a fire, if there's a problem, I can't be sitting here moving things or whatever the reason. Just don't leave things in my path. I don't want to trip and hurt myself if I don't see something. Please, it's dark. I have my flashlight, but I don't know. You never know. And so if I'm not thinking all the way, okay, and then she again reminds me how she's paying for stuff. And so I said, you paying for you kind of use this as a leverage. She goes, oh, she kind of defends herself. And it wasn't a fight, it was just being straightforward. Like, seems like you're kind of using this as a leverage. So then I texted Lana, I'm like, why is she paying for my stuff? She's like, she's not. You know this. And I was like, I do know this. I just didn't think someone was going to be lying to me. So I just kind of like, okay. So now fast forward, this has been a couple months. We're cool. She's still like cool. I decided I'm just not going to say anything to them because she's sensitive to any kind of, it's not criticism, it's constructive criticism, it's just a request. And I'm always so freaking cool to her. I'm never mean to them. I'm just like, hey, back here, raising my hand, you guys mind? Seriously, nothing mean. Like, they don't know mean. If she actually had a real person who was like not a nice person and not super cool and just chill, like there's things they do, I never say a word. She left a mattress in the pathway, a mattress, for 2 months. And I don't say anything because I know she's, and it's like rained and it was like, and then finally I texted Alana. I was like, please. What are we, hillbillies? This is not, I don't like this. I don't want to look at some mattress. I'm like, we're not hillbillies back here, please. So she finally said something, and then, okay, so getting to the story. So we were all, when I first moved in, the neighbor was like, we're going to all get together. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have you over, have them over. So I get word the other day that they have their gathering and they didn't invite me. And there's that part of myself that kind of felt like, left out. I'm like, left out. And I kind of wanted to meet the neighbor because I know she does the local theater. I saw her in a play and I thought it'd be really good to connect to her and just get some advice about auditioning and blah, blah, blah. I don't really need her advice. I know what to do. So it was that feeling. So now I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'm not going to be I can be a little ornery, but I don't like negativity. So I'm getting this drum set and I'm going to practice back here. And it's not like a F you to them, and I might have to go find a place where I can just like put them, and eventually I'm hoping I'll probably, if I find a band I like, I'll play drums. I've been playing drums since I was like, I had a boyfriend who was a drummer like when I was like 19, 20, and he taught me. I've been playing on and off ever since. I've played in bands before. I played in a band. The Snow Fairies, Philadelphia. I played drums for them. That was a long time ago. But if I find, yeah. But so anyway, I love them. I had played drums last week, like a week and a half ago, whatever, and it was like so hot fire. And I'm like, I love it. My mom wants to learn to play drums. She always tells me her dream is to play drums. She's like, but I'm too old. I'm like, Mom, never too old. So I don't know how to inspire her to just, I'm like, I'm going to leave you with this. If there's some, like, life is now, we're living now, and tomorrow is not promised. We got to live now. And that's like, I live by that. Especially after my dad passed away, you just realize like, oh, he was once here and now he's not. Now he's not. His whole life that he lived and he was on this earth and he's not. And it's just like trippy. And you got to live now. You got to live now because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So like live, I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker and be a cheeseball, but it is so true. Got to live. Got to take chances. Got to take risks. And got to enjoy your life. It's something you want to do. So I don't know if maybe my mom, she's like, there's like a cool music store. Like she lives where she lives. That's where I learned to play bass when I was a kid. I was like 16. Same place, still there. They take music lessons, and she's like, oh, they would laugh. I'm like, no, I guarantee you at 78, I think if you walk in there and you tell them you want to learn drums, they will be over the moon to teach you. You will be their favorite student, I promise you. And my mom's super cute too, so I'm like, please go in there. So I'm gonna try to get her to I'm gonna keep, maybe I'll just, I should go buy her music lessons, but then there's this complication where she doesn't like to drive too far, she gets scared, but oh, come on. I think she could go. Maybe that's what I'll do. Ooh, I'm getting ideas. Anyway, okay, I've been talking longer than I thought I would. Let me see, I'll have to edit this down. What the heck, self? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm talking way longer than I thought I would. Okay, I had things to say, this is it's my therapy session. No, just kidding. Okay, good to talk to you. Good talking with you. And I love to hear from you guys. Like, I have an Instagram. I have a website that is not, it just has my list of my episodes. But there's plans for that. But yeah, but best way to reach out to me is probably, I don't know. People seem to find me. I think you go to Podbean. Yeah, Podbean. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.
I